Hey guys, welcome to another testing new makeup video. Today I have a roundup of some drugstore items, some new releases, one complexion product that we're going to do a wear test on. So here's my little bin of stuff that we're going to be testing today. I've got a new base product. Charlotte released the new Hypnotizing Pop Shots. Like, she brought them back because they were limited edition last year and I loved them, so I got two new shades, so we'll use those today. Anyway, you guys, let me show you what I have. I will put each product in the description box with timestamps in case you guys want to skip ahead to any particular product, but I always like to go through with you guys what I've got for today's testing new makeup. So starting off with complexion, I have the Turn Up the Base Full Beat Liquid Foundation from One Size. I'm so freaking excited for this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. One Size typically will target things made for oily skin, and this is the Full Beat Liquid Foundation, which I think is like full coverage, soft matte, actually waterproof and sweatproof, long wear and weightless, won't clog pores, dermatologist tested, 16 clean ingredients. Anyway, so soft matte, more full coverage, and super long wearing and weightless. Those are like my favorite thing. So I want to fall in love with this. I really do, and I want it to be great for my combo skin. So we're going to use this. I also picked up the face glue from NYX. I'm scared about this, the gripping primer. Okay. It's like, it's hard to tell like whether or not in a single day this is going to be like really good, especially that I'm testing a new foundation and it's supposed to be long wearing. But I also picked up the face glue setting spray. I mean, we'll give that a shot and see how I feel about it. I picked up the Forever Skin Contour from Dior. It's the sculpting face stick. I was gonna skip this and the foundation stick, and then I saw Martina Lily talk about loving this and she's like obsessed. I saw it in one of her declutter videos, but then I noticed like some of her other videos, she talks a lot about this. I don't watch a ton of her stuff, but I had to get it. If you guys saw my bronzer declutter video, you know I'm just really into more sculpting products, things that are more cool toned, and that's what this is. And I love Dior products for the most part. I told you guys about the Hypnotizing Pop Shots from Charlotte Tilbury, and I got two shades. We'll just test one, whichever's the prettiest. And then I have two blush. I do. I think we'll test one first and then like leave one on. So I got one of the liquid blush, the Blush Rush from About Face, and then the Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush and Glow in Cafe. So that's what we've got. We will also do, again, a wear test. So we'll do check-ins for you guys on my phone at 4 hours on this guy, and also we'll come back at the end of the night to see how it's holding up. That's what we got going on. Let's get into it, you guys. All right, I actually haven't seen a lot of people talk about this primer, and I honestly thought it was gonna go viral like immediately. It does have 4.6 stars on Ulta's website right now, but I don't really know how true those reviews are ever, so sometimes I just like ignore them completely. It's the Face Glue Gripping Primer. It retails for $9, and it says that it hydrates and grips your makeup for 24 hours without the ick. Get all the grip and none of the stickiness. So it's supposed to have polyglutamic acid for extreme hydration. Maple syrup keeps makeup gripped all day long. There's maple syrup in it? Come on, really? That's not for real, is it? What? Sugar maple extract is literally in the ingredients list. So this full on has maple syrup in it. Oh my gosh. It has a 12-month shelf life and it was made in South Korea. It genuinely looks like a glue, a kid's classroom glue. I'm sure it's gonna be white. Yes, it looks just like Elmer's glue. Anything. I guess maybe not Elmer's. Okay, let's get this on one side. It's supposed to be hydrating, but then grippy. So I'm thinking Milk Makeup Hydra Grip, but it's not sticky yet. I just zoomed us in a little. Nothing sticky about this so far. It does feel hydrating. Okay, it's starting to get a little bit tacky, but it takes a second. I literally think this is just gonna be a dupe for the Milk Makeup Hydra Grip. It's not even that sticky. Okay, there she goes. Now she's getting a little grippy. Okay, that takes a minute. Here we go. Woo! It's not a harsh stick though. It's not even as sticky as the e.l.f. with the 4% niacinamide. It's not even as sticky as the Milk Makeup Hydra Grip though. So if you guys kind of like those, like grippy primers, but have found the other ones were too sticky, this might be a nice alternative because it's just not intense, I don't think. I don't know, I actually might like this because I do like a grippy primer recently. Grippy and pore filling, those are like the two primers that I'm reaching for, especially still because it's very, very humid out. All right, let's move on to this foundation. So this retails for $44 and it does come in, ooh, almost 40 shades, 38, that's interesting. It's called the Turn Up the Base Full Beat Waterproof Liquid Foundation. I already told you guys full coverage. This lists it as a matte finish on Sephora's website, even though the box says soft matte. Long wear, waterproof, sweat-proof foundation formulated with only 16 ingredients that gives full coverage and maximum comfort to visibly blur and smooth without clogging pores. I'm really surprised that it says like matte several times on the Sephora website, but on here it says soft matte. It has an alkane complex, which is 100% plant-derived emollients to replace silicone for a smooth feel. That's nice that they included that. I always wondered what made it feel silicone-based or silica-based, but didn't have either of those ingredients in it. It has laurel lysine, an amino acid that prevents makeup breakdown and provides water and sweat resistance. That's also kind of cool. I've never read a foundation that has ever said any of these things. Rice silk powder, blurs skin with a soft focus effect. There's just no time like the present, you guys. I got mine in Fair 20R, which is rosy undertones. I've actually been liking the complexion products that are made for rosy undertones more than neutral undertones, because a lot of times I find those are coming out warm, where these ones are usually like, they have a peachiness to them, or they're even more cool tone. So that's what I've been grabbing for a lot lately. This is a nice glass jar, 12-month shelf life, and it's 1 fluid ounces. Made in the US of US and imported ingredients. Pump. I like this packaging. This is a cool foundation. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like this. I like that it's like simple, but it's sturdy. This cap is pretty sturdy too. Anyway, it says shake well, so let's do that. Not only do I want this to like last, I just want this to be really blurring on the skin. So it's pretty lightweight. I forgot to kind of show you guys. It's not whipped at all, but it doesn't run down the face. So it's not like a really liquidy formula down the face. Run down the hand after swatching it. I'm gonna take about that much, and I'm gonna go in with a clean IT Cosmetics foundation brush. Actually, this is a knockoff. This is a Lamora one that I got from Amazon. I'm gonna do one side with a sponge and one side with a brush to see if there's a preferred application here. You know what I just realized? I totally forgot to do my eyeshadow first, which is something I always do. I usually never go in with foundation first and then eyeshadow, but that's how we're rolling today, apparently. I'm always thinking about what's next. Like, what do I have going on? What do I have to do in the next hour? I just feel like my life never slows down, or at least it hasn't in the last 6 months. I need a vacay. All right, so I think it is pretty full coverage. It's not dry yet, so you can see it's like a little dewy. I don't think it's like as thick as I thought it was gonna be, or as full coverage as I thought it was gonna be. As it dries though, you know, it may get more. I think it's kind of like nice like this though. A little dewy, maybe. It's pretty blurring. And by the way, is this shade match not like perfection? I always get too deep of a shade, and I think I did a really good job with this one. I think it matches pretty well. My neck is a little red, but I do think it's a really good shade match in Fair 20. Rosy undertones. But yeah, can you see just like the radiance on the high points of the face? Like, this is not completely dry yet. Let me pump some on the back of my hand so you guys can see what it kind of looks like. It's not exactly whipped like I was saying, but it's not a runny formula. Well, not terribly runny anyway. It's not as weightless as some of my foundations that are my favorite, that are very, very lightweight and run straight down the hands. All right. I'm gonna take, if you guys know, you know, my Real Technique sponges. These ones are like foam basically, but these are made for a more mattifying, full coverage application. And I'm going in dry. I don't dampen these at all. They don't really hold a ton of water anyway, but they're really designed for wet or dry and to give you a more full coverage, more mattifying application. I don't know why more people don't talk about these sponges, because I think they're absolutely fantastic. The softer the sponge for me, the better. I do not like a dense sponge at all. All right, definitely a little less coverage on the right side than the left side using the sponge, because it of course will absorb some of it. Does it look a little bit more mattifying than the other side? Like, does this have a little bit more dew than this side? I don't know, not by much. I'm still gonna leave it. I don't even think I'm gonna even out the coverage. So let's leave it there. I'm gonna throw on some concealer, which is my LYS Triple Fix, which I always grab in like all my videos. This one's a little dark though. It might be time to retire that concealer. I'm powdering with the Backstage Powder No Powder from Dior, because this is a really, really natural finish. It's not like overly matte. And I test so many foundations with it because 1, it doesn't overly set anything down. 2, it's not heavy. 3, it's basically a baseline for me. The only thing is it always changes the color, because for whatever reason, I got mine in the shade 2N. And so it's a little bit deep. It's not translucent, and it does provide a little bit of coverage. So now I feel like my complexion is darker than it initially started. Okay, you guys, let's go over these hypnotizing pop shots from Charlotte Tilbury. She is calling these new right now, even though they're brought back from last year. I think, however, there is a shade extension. There now is 9 different shades, and I think that it released with like 6, maybe 5. It could have even been 4, honestly, like last year originally. These retail for $34 a piece. I told you I already had some, so I had 2 in my collection already, and I really enjoyed these, so I was like shocked that she took them away like so fast after releasing them. They're called an iridescent pearl eyeshadow with a multi-dimension finish. It's a single powder eyeshadow for shots of shimmer, dazzling diamond shine finish, one swipe wonder, twinkling jewel embellished mirror compact. So the compacts are honestly really cute. They're a little bit cheaper than I thought that they were going to be because they're like plastic, but I still think that they're very cute, and all my jewels have hung on. They haven't like popped out or anything. It just seems like they're pretty good quality. Anyway, these look exactly the same. Oh, and by the way, the ones that I already had were Sunlit Diamond, which was a more gold shade. And then this one, it was more like a burnt red shade in Lover's Diamond. The 2 that I picked up, we might have to do this one. Look at this. I want you guys to see this up close. It's like taupe with really silver sparkles. Yeah, and it has mirrors, smoky quartz. Oh, we might use that one. And then this one is a more warm toned kind of gold. It's in rose gold. So let's swatch both of these. I can even swatch all of these. That's kind of underwhelming. Let me swatch Lover's Diamond and the Sunlit Diamond for you guys so you can see. Like, they're just a chunkier single shadow. This other one that I just swatched was not really it, I don't think. See like how chunkier it is? I don't know, maybe you guys like them a little bit more smooth, but that rose gold one just seemed like meh, meh. All right, this one right here in Sunlit Diamond, again, kind of chunky. Also really pretty. There's something about the sparkles on these two. This doesn't really have. These are creamier and they have gold sparkles on top where the other one doesn't. I don't know, it's maybe just a little bit underwhelming. Let's swatch this last one because this one is the one I'm the most excited about. Let's give this a swatcheroo here because this one looks stunning. That's my husband just clomping down the stairs. Ooh, oh, this is it. Look at that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What? What? Wow. I love the silver reflect on top of the taupe. You guys, this shade right here, so many people are going to love. Those of you who like single shadows, yeah, get this before it goes out of stock, I say. And by the way, I did get this from the Charlotte Tilbury website because that's the only place that it was available the first time. And then also that's where she's released them there so far. They're not on Sephora's website, and I don't know if she plans to put them on there. You guys, is that not like stunning? Is that not like amazing? Okay, I want this everywhere. Oh, the base on this is unreal. It's so freaking beautiful. This is why I do my eyeshadow first and not my foundation, okay? Yeah, the base on this is perfect. Perfection. Okay, I do my eyeshadow extremely sloppy. I'm just one of those people. Let's buff out these edges because I made a mess. Although it barely needed it. It's just that I'm so sloppy when I do my eyeshadow with my hands, with my fingers. Oh my gosh, this is stunning. I would say this is probably one of the best shades that I have in my collection, because I don't have a lot of these taupey silvers. I know they're very popular shades, I just don't personally have a ton of them. This is super cool toned and delish. The edges just blend out so perfectly. Not all singles do that. It's part of the reason that I love these, not just because they're beautiful, but also they perform really well as a single shadow. And they do give that like sparkle that I think we're all looking for when it comes to single shadows. I just thoroughly enjoying these. Okay, you guys, I just threw on some mascara. I did the Lawless, the One and Done mascara. I love this stuff. What's going on with my hair? Let's go into the NYX, the Face Glue Setting Spray. So this one retails for $10. It says, get glued with NYX Face Glue Setting Spray. Locks in makeup for 24 hours, waterproof, transfer and fade resistant, boosts color with no sticky finish. Boost color? How do you boost color? You mean you make the makeup last? Give it a good shake. It also has maple syrup. Infused with it, it gives glue level grip with the stick, boosting color vibrancy upon application. Okay, I don't know what boosting color vibrancy means. other than the maple syrup keeps your makeup gripped all day, so the color lasts and doesn't fade. I guess that's kind of what it is. So I've given it a good shake. It's again just like a milky-er consistency. I want to test this sprayer. Ooh, it's a mister. It's a mister. We love misters, don't we? All right, let's give her a go. Whew, I drenched myself. It's overall unscented, which I like. Sometimes NYX does add fragrance in some of their stuff. Both the primer and the setting spray are scentless. I smelt nothing. We really won't know whether it's the primer, the setting spray, or the foundation that makes it last, but the wear test will show you if it's a good combo. That's basically what I'm hoping for, because now I've just layered a full coverage sweat and waterproof foundation with a gripping makeup primer, the face glue, and then the face glue setting spray. So when I come back up here at the end of the night, guys, it better all be put on, or I'm calling BS. Put on. I guess I should have said still on. All right, I'm late to the game on this, but I also did pick up the foundation stick too, but I didn't want to test that in today's video. I did buy it from KARIM, so I didn't get the foundation stick brand new. But these are still listed as new on Sephora website, even though I feel like they've been out for like a month now, maybe a little bit longer. So it's called the 24-hour Sculpting and Bronzing Face Stick. It only comes in 4 shades, but only one of these shades looks warm toned to me. The other ones look very cool toned. So it's a hydrating contour stick that blends effortlessly, enhancing your complexion with a natural looking sculpted bronze effect for 24 hours. The coverage is medium. It's supposed to be a natural finish. This retails for $47. I have mine in the shade 01 Light, which is the lightest shade. I mean, honestly, the reason that I ended up getting this is because of its coolness, and that's just what I'm reaching for. It's like a metal component, maybe plastic on the outside. It's a little hefty. It's not like super duper cheap, so I like that. I want to draw this on to one side. I think that's what I want to do. I want to see how freaking creamy this is. Wow, that is extremely creamy, by the way. Ooh, this is pretty deep in the shade. Boy, oh boy. 01 Light, yep. Okay, it's almost like rosy. It's almost got a rosy undertone. Perfection. Perfection. You know what? Let's pick it up with the brush on the other side. Why not? It's just got the perfect amount of emollients here. The perfect amount of creaminess, but it's not too slippy. This definitely is a good stick, and it's perfectly cool toned. I'm gonna keep testing my powder bronzers too in my collection and decide if there are any that are still too warm, because if there are, I just want to get rid of them, because I really just want to stick with sculpting products. I don't want to use any more bronzing shades. I don't like the way they look, even if they're slightly warm and not too intense. I'm just not enjoying anything that has any kind of hint of orange. Well, that's a delicious contour stick. Delicious. That's worth every freaking penny, you guys. That's creamy and nice, but like pretty much dried down, not transferring. It's not flat. This is everything that I look for in a sculpting stick. There's a lot of products that keep coming out that keep calling themselves sculpting and bronzing products, but like, why do you call them both? You can't be both, right? You're either a sculpting product or you're a bronzing product. Otherwise, how do you nail the shade? One is one shade, one is the other shade, right? Am I right there? All right, you guys, let's move on to the Milani Liquid Blush and Glow. This is a radiant blush, which is something that I'm really into, so I definitely wasn't gonna pass this up. And this comes in 7 shades, which is not bad. Retails for $12.99. It says Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush Plus Glow combines blush and highlighter into a buildable, blendable hybrid formula for a soft focus kiss of luminous color. It has finely milled pearl pigments that create an instant soft focus candlelit effect. Buildable, pigment-rich, luminous finish dries evenly for easy layering. It's basically a puffy style applicator. It's probably gonna be a creamier, kind of metallic liquid formula that's gonna dry down pretty quickly, but is gonna be emollient enough to blend out. This doesn't look like it has a stop cap, but it says that it does. No, just twist. Twist cap lock system prevents product from seeping out when the cap is closed. Where? It's just spinning randomly for me. This one does have like a very precise hole at the top, which my ones from Essence have the same thing. So it seeps out like this instead of fills the puffy style applicator, which they may have changed since they did their contour and highlighter. Yeah, this is exactly what I thought it was gonna be. More of a thicker cream-like texture that's kind of metallic, and therefore it helps to blend it seamlessly onto the cheeks. Oh my gosh, you guys. Did I pick up too much? I'm gonna pounce it off. This is a pretty dense brush. It's not a pretty dense brush. It is a dense brush. It's the Rare Beauty foundation brush, I'm pretty sure. Or is this the Soft Pinch blush brush? I cannot remember. Well, it's soft focused. It's luminous, like metallic-like, very easily blendable and not too pigmented. I don't know if it could get better for me. I don't know. I'm gonna try and build it up though, because it does buff out to be pretty light. Although the shade might be pretty light. Did I tell you guys it's in 150 Cafe? They do have their standard and most popular shades, the Dolce Pink, which is a bright, cool pink. Oh, that looks so pretty. It looks like it has blue reflex. And then they have Luminoso, which is peach. It also kind of looks like it has like the blue reflex. And Cafe is their nude shade. But this is almost coming out slightly pink, isn't it? Oh my gosh, you guys, that is just beautiful. I love it. It's so light. I'm not thinking this is gonna build too much though, but it's so light and so natural. And this is not a warm nude. This looks like a pink nude. Does that make any sense? It's not like an orangey nude, it's like a pink nude. I will say though, it's definitely emphasizing texture, right? Because it's kind of metallic, it's luminous metallic. So it's emphasizing that texture that I got there. I don't personally mind that. I used to hate it, but I don't. So if it bothers you guys, it's going to enhance texture. It's just going to, naturally, because it is a more metallic formula. And it's a thicker, creamier texture too. So those don't always like sink into the skin or settle into the skin and the pores the same way like a really, really liquidy, very emollient, water-based formula will. But I personally like this. I want to see how long it lasts. I might throw like one more layer on top of the setting spray now that I think about it, which I should have done to begin with. Oh well, we will do that. All right, we're gonna throw on 2 different blush in today's try on video. We've just got to. This is called the Blush Rush Liquid Blush, and it also comes in, oh no, it's 6 shades instead of 7. It retails for $18, and it says it's a blush that's ultra pigmented, fluid blush that blends seamlessly and glistens on the skin. It's a super saturated liquid blush delivered in a buildable, blendable formula with maximum color payoff and long-lasting endurance. It says why you want it. It's infused with high-impact skin-focused ingredients like jojoba oil, hyaluronic acid, squalene, and vitamin B and E. This nourishing fluid gives skin a dewy finish to impart a natural glow. It's available in 6 electric colors beyond just pink. Delivered in a color-matched modular component with an easy-to-control doe foot for simple application. Okay, it has a lot of things that I like. I like hyaluronic acid and jojoba oil. I love squalene, and vitamins B and E is also great. And I have mine in the shade Starting Line, which let me see what that description is. I think it was one of the lighter shades. It's a peachy pink, and these are very, very vibrant. So this Starting Line shade was the lightest of them. But this is supposed to be pretty intensely pigmented, so I'm a little scared, and it's definitely not gonna match the other side. But guys, I love this. This is so cute. Oh, I hate these though. Huda just came out with one just like this, and her packaging was pretty similar. And the doe foot, did they rip each other off? Like, didn't they release around the same time? Ooh, this one doesn't smell like Huda's. Huda smells like strawberry. This smells like nothing. This has no scent to it. I hate this tiny ass doe foot applicator. All right, let's swatch this. Are these the same exact damn formula? Okay. Like, this is kind of a drier liquid. No. I take that back. Hold on. This one has more radiance. It's way more emollient than the Huda one. Let me get the Huda one. Let me show you guys. There we go. I just bought the same damn thing. The Huda ones come in like different colors, not quite as vibrant. You know how About Face does. But this one, same little weird precise doe foot applicator. This one smells like strawberries and cream. This one smells like makeup. But let me do a side-by-side for you. Like, this one has radiance. It's still kind of not dry yet. The one from Huda, I really didn't love it because it dries so fast. It says that it's supposed to have a luminous finish, but it's so dry so quickly, I couldn't blend it into my cheeks. I mean, they're not dissimilar swatches, but the one from About Face was just a little bit more opaque. But then once you start blending this Huda one in, it's a little bit of a thinner formula, and it started to dry too quickly and I couldn't blend it out. But swatched out, don't they look genuinely the same? And I don't remember how much Huda's was. I'm sure they were more than $18, that's for sure. All right, we're just doing the peachy on this side. I'm gonna do what I do with the Huda one and dab it and hope it blends out better than the Huda one. Well, it already does. Ooh, yeah, this is intense. This is vibrant. Oh, we're not matching today. No, we're not. 10 times better than the Huda one. I must have tried the Huda one on camera, you guys, so if there is a video on my channel that you want to compare, like me bouncing that one in, I had such a hard time working with this formula because I would dot it onto my cheeks and then it just wouldn't move. It literally dried too quickly and I couldn't get it to blend out. This one, more emollient. Still, it's a bit of a thicker formula than the one from Huda Beauty, but it still blends in better. And I can't tell you what's needed in a formula to make it blend really nicely. Like, don't dry too quickly, essentially, is what it is. But also don't stay sticky and gross too long either. This is fabulous. This is a fabulous blush. This is precisely what I look for in a liquid blush. This one has a bit of a curve instead of like a bubble, so it just picks up more product on that little curve. So yeah, if we're going head to head, About Face totally wins this game for me. Speaking of About Face, I just threw on the Fix Lip Pencil Matte in the shade Midnight Seduction. And I'm gonna throw on a Lunar Beauty lip oil, and this one is in Expose Me. I do think this one from About Face isn't like completely dry, and it's sort of lifting on my finger, like not a ton. This one from Milani may be a little bit too, like neither of them are completely flat and dried down. Honestly, this one is adding so much more texture and this is so smooth, but I like this finish a lot. So I'm kind of like partial to the color on this side. This is just a really beautiful nude shade, but you can just see how much texture is being emphasized over here. The Pop Shot, favorite thing today. Absolutely in that shade. Smoky Quartz. It's gorgeous. It's all of the lovely things. Second favorite thing, the contour stick from Dior. I'm so glad Dior did a good job on this. And it's kind of hefty too, you know, it's not super cheap, where I'm actually finding some luxury brands are getting pretty cheap on the packaging. As we're gonna go about the wear test now, I'm gonna do a check-in for you guys in natural light. Then I'm gonna do one at 4 hours in natural light, and then we'll come back here at the very end of the evening to sit down to look to see how everything held up. I have some really high hopes for this foundation and for these two face glue products. So we'll have some final thoughts at the end of the night. I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. I will see you guys back here later this evening. Bye for now. Well, hello my friends. It has been exactly 10 hours. Please do not mind the state of me. When I get home, I'm the kind of person that like immediately dresses down. Like I take everything off. Bra comes off. I get into comfy shorts. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I cannot stand wearing a ton of clothes in the summertime in Florida, so it's like the first thing that I do. I just take everything off. So my hair comes down, my earrings come out, all that stuff. I didn't like the wear test. I will show you guys while I'm talking the check-in that I did right away in natural light, and there was nothing that I could do to get rid of the texture that the camera was picking up. It was just so much texture. It was just abnormally textured. And honestly, when I'm doing the front-facing camera, that's what I get. I mean, you really see like the highlighted hollow parts of the face. And there's essentially nothing that you can do to get rid of that. I did talk through the 4-hour check-in, so I will pause briefly to show you guys what that looks like. I'd give you my thoughts. Okay, it's looking a little bit better than it did earlier. It was looking super textured. I'd say it's like textured like right here especially. Like I really don't like how textured it looks. Don't mind the contents of my room at the current moment. And it was like lifting right here. I was outside like really sweating, and it's pretty humid. It's gonna rain. Yeah, it's kind of textured and like separating, like especially around my nose. You guys see that? Ew. And it's not sweat proof. Like what is sweat proof? Okay, I was sweating and it came off. So I don't know, like I don't think I'm more put together now than I normally am with just without the primer and the setting spray. And I don't think this is like an overly long lasting foundation either, and it's just like it's totally emphasizing the texture. I forgot to mention that when I was recording the video, and also you guys can see it in my original check-in. The blush though is so good. This one, like, they're both holding on really well. I really do like this one though, the one from About Face. I don't know, it's just looking more smooth, you know? This one's looking a little choppy, a little bit choppy. So anyway, that's my check-in. See you guys later. I wasn't overall impressed, and I feel like I forgot to mention while I was filming kind of how textured my face looked in comparison to a lot of other foundations that I wear. It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't necessarily something that I was paying attention to give you my first impressions after application. I really didn't like the way that it was textured. And now we're back at 10 hours. Can you see like how much it's broken apart on my nose? On both sides. Like, it's really porous. It's sitting on the skin. It didn't sink in. All of my pores are very noticeable. I'm really textured here, more so than normal. Was it full coverage? Kinda. Was it like this sweat-proof product? No. It didn't remain waterproof, and I was sweating profusely. It was very humid today, and I had to go outside and we were moving some furniture into the house. Just a walk to your car is enough in Florida for you to just start immensely sweating. And it was taking off the foundation as I was sweating. And also like my glasses sitting on my nose, like I pulled them off and immediately the product lifted. That happens with full coverage foundations that don't sink into my skin. That's pretty much the only time it happens, to be honest. So I can't tell you if the foundation was impacted by anything that I put on, but I think that the primer and the setting spray, just kind of basing my wear test of the blush over these things, I feel like they actually did make a difference. Like, I have a good amount of blush on and I lie down, okay? This one faded a little bit, but it's still there. This one almost completely still there. So there you go. I didn't like the way the foundation wore, but I do think that I'm gonna like this. I'm gonna have to test this with a baseline product, a foundation I know that isn't as long lasting, and see if it makes it longer lasting. First impressions of this is that it was decent. It didn't do anything funny. First impressions of the foundation is I really don't love it. I'm gonna of course try it without these products and see how I like it, but I did not like how textured it made my skin look. And it might be something that works immensely well with a blurring primer, so that's probably what I will end up doing next. And I would say that I liked the setting spray. I really did. I think it helped to lock down a lot of stuff. But look how much, I have the brightness turned up, but the product is all the way down here. It's all the way, from what I used in the video, I've used all the way to the sticker. Hello? Like, is that normal? Okay. Yeah, the blush, this one is just like prettier and more diffused and just kind of, look, I lost a nail. Looks more powdery. And this one, where is it? It still looks textured. It lasts a long time, it's just textured. It's like you can see every little bump. So honestly, you have to like something like that or not be bothered by the texture in order to use something that's metallic like this. It's metallic, that's what it is. The Charlotte Tilbury, oh gosh, it's so pretty. It's like silver sparkles on top of taupe. It's gorgeous. Honestly, if we were gonna recommend anything, I would totally recommend that shade to you. And also this contour stick is still there too. Like you can see it here and here. It came off of my forehead because I told you guys I was sweating profusely. And this isn't waterproof or sweat resistant. I mean, I don't even know what those things mean. Come to Florida and tell me what foundation is sweat proof and water resistant when you have to be outside for more than 5 minutes. You tell me, okay? Nothing I have tried keeps my makeup from coming off of my face. That's just the truth. So it totally came off of my forehead because I was sweating, but everywhere else that I wasn't like profusely sweating, it's still in really good shape. So I think the two products that I would tell you guys are huge recommendations for today. Actually, let me take that back. It's gonna be 3 because I really liked this liquid blush from About Face. I gotta be honest, this is one of the better, more flattering looking liquid blushes that I have. The Hot Shot from Charlotte Tilbury in Smoky Quartz, and then the contour stick from Dior. I mean, honestly, just because they nailed the shade and the formula, which is hard to do, I honestly almost don't have that combination in my collection. Even the one from Westman Atelier that's in Biscuit for light skin tones, it's not as cool as this. It has a bit of a warmer undertone, even though it's kind of like a cool shade on top. So yep, these are for sure my 3 recommendations from my try on. Definitely the 3 that I'm gonna remember from today's video. I will be doing speed reviews on all of this stuff, you guys. I'm just giving you my first impressions, and I hope that it was helpful for you. I'm out of here for this evening, you guys. If you are not currently subscribed, I'd love to see you subscribe so you can stick around for more reviews. I'm out of here, and I hope to catch you all in my next video. Bye, guys.